if you become mayor,
Yes.
you were just talking about sitting on the Board of Ed in whatever capacity it was. I forget what you said. But
A
I hope,
non-voting member.
if that happens, that you, on a regular basis, inform the Board of Education that the way the chain of command runs is it's the people, the Board of Ed, then the superintendent. The superintendent we have now seems to think he's running the whole show. And if you look at it, he kind of does. And to me, that is not the way it's supposed to be. And this is why I think you're having a lot of problems with the superintendent. And the last one is they've got to be, basically, to be blunt, put in their place. And I hope, as mayor, and if you're on that Board of Ed, that you let these guys know this once in a while.
Well, I'd be, you know, the mayor's position, I believe, it would be a non-voting position. But yeah, I definitely understand the distinctions, and I am thoroughly in support of having that distinction be understood by both parties. I think when you become a board member, and I've never served on the Board of Ed, but you know, in the last so many years, I think you've had a CABE, which is a group that kind of provides information to the new board members and kind of counsels them as to how they're supposed to act and what their responsibilities are. I think it's gotten too much to the point where they've said, well, you know, your responsibilities are limited, so to speak. And I think, you know, boards of ed, you know, when I think way back, they were basically, you know, advocates. You know, you had your PTAs and you had your Board of Eds, and those PTAs would come to the Board of Ed and say, look, this is what we need to do, and then the Board of Ed say, okay, this is what we're going to put in to work with the administration on. And I think those are the roles that they need to happen. And there shouldn't be letters going out saying that the Board of Ed supports things when they're not really aware of what the letters are stating. And that just recently came up. But I really do think that there needs to be tough questions asked. There's a big budget here. There certainly needs to be an understanding of when you have meetings, what committees you're discussing in terms of programs. So I do have a certainly an understanding of how I think it should run. And I tried to do that last year when I was mayor with the Board of Ed, trying to say, and I think some people took offense to the fact that I had some ideas in bringing the board together with finance and taking that function away from them and doing the self-insurance.
It should be taken away from them.
So
they're showing all the time that they can't handle their money right.
Well, we'll see how. I mean, I certainly think it's a function that really doesn't need to be with them. I think their focus definitely should be on educating our kids, and certainly they should have an understanding of where the money and dollars are being spent. But other than that, I think it should be a joint person, and I don't know that they need to be spending their dollars on that function.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.